Hello, my name is Kevin Paprick, and I'm going to go through a demonstration of how you can use NetApp SolidFire or NetApp HCI's integration with PowerShell. Now, first off, our PowerShell collections give a very similar use to if you've already used PowerShell in its native form. So you can use the same commands, making it a very simple transition to automate tasks of running against the cluster using PowerShell. So to do this, I first need to log into my environment, and instead of putting it onto my host, I'm running it as a container. That container is running both PowerShell as well as PowerCLI bits in case I want to, automate both tasks simultaneously. And next, it shows right here how to connect into the cluster. So you could run this git connect-sf cluster command or run git help to see how you would do it. But instead, I like to do this in a pre-cached script so I don't have to remember how I'm doing it. And for this as well, I use a credentials file. So I'll just cat on a credential example file that I have. So we can look at this. So I've created a credential file. This is not, you could make it cached and encrypted. This certainly is not, but it's showing here I'm connecting to this VI server as well as this SolidFire cluster. And then I have my connect file that connects into it. So this is just running that same connect command, but it's using it pre-cached with the credentials. So to load my credentials, I'm going to do this here. And then I'm going to connect to the cluster. Okay, I'm now connected to my Sunnyvale HCI cluster, which is running Element OS 12.2 as well as VMware. Next, I'll go into my test plan folder, show some of the scripts that we have out here. And one of them I'm going to show is this create volume command. So I used this just recently here for a POC where we needed to create 64 volumes. Instead of doing that manually, I just ran the script that I have here, which is asking you what volume name do you want to use, and we'll just give a PS demo 1, or actually we'll do PS demo A, size in gigabytes 200, 200 min-IOPS, we'll do 400 and 500, because we will delete this afterwards. The next is the number of volumes. Again, for this POC, I had to do 64. I'll put 10 in here now. And this goes and automates that creation of the volumes, making it very quick and easy to run these PowerShell commands against the cluster. That is now complete, and if I went to my Sunnyvale cluster and did a refresh here, we can see these 10 volumes that are created. Going back to just look at how this was created, we can see what I'm doing here, where I am asking, grabbing the inputs, and then we're just running these PowerShell commands. New SF account, so if that account wasn't created already, it will go and create it. And then it's just doing a loop for the new SF volume command. If you did want to better understand how to run that new SF volume, we can do the git help. This is generally available within PowerShell, but we'll do it with the new SF. And doing a tab here will show me any available commands within it. But again, we're doing new SF volume, and we'll look at some examples. And we can see a few different examples of running it. I'll just run this one right here. And running that command, we see that we just created another volume on the host. We could also just run git sf commands to get a full list of the different commands you can run against a SolidFire or NetApp HCI cluster. And that concludes the short demonstration of automating tasks with PowerShell in a SolidFire or HCI environment.